Okay, guys, I'm super excited, and I'll just let you know why. It's because I've been plagued with keratoconus for a long time. My vision was getting so bad that it was really depressing at one point, and it was hard to deal with things. And even though I was able to, come overcome it and deal with things, you still want your vision to come back, your acuity to come back, right? So, I had the cross-linking procedure done first, and I still had issue with my left eye. And then I had a corneal transplant on my left eye, and I still had issues with sight, and it was because of the astigmatism in my eye. So I had to had refractive surgery, PRK, and the PRK surgery went by. I mean, at first I went online and I look at things, and what they were saying really kind of got me nervous. I didn't know really what to expect, and so basically it's a photoretroactive keratocomy. So it's a very simple process. They use a laser to be able to correct nearsightedness or farsightedness. In my case, it was nearsightedness because I can't see from afar. And I'll walk you guys really through everything that happened leading up to it and after it. So leading up to the surgery, I was a little bit nervous, like I told you guys. I went online, and like a lot of people were talking about the pain they were experiencing. Now I want to be able to put that in a frame because I had cross-linking and corneal transplant. I know what pain in your eye is. I know when it burns. I know when it feels like acid is in your eye. I know what it feels like, every time you blink, it feels like there's a scratch over your eye and it feels uncomfortable, all of that. So when I went into the PRK that day, they made me sign the waiver for the surgery, which is very common. And then they got me into a pre-op room where they prepped me. And the preparation was very simple. All they had to do was put numbing drops in my eye. They are very liberal with it. So they're putting a lot of drops in your eye. They also did a thing a little bit before, which was cleaning my eyes. They call it giving your eyes a shower. So it's basically putting a lot of drops in your eye to clean it out, to make sure there's nothing to come in the way of the laser or anything like that. So your eyeball is really clean. And then when you get into the operation table, it's as you would expect. Lay on your back. They put that thing clamp to hold your eye open, and then it was so quick. It was like a minute and a half of like lasers, and I could feel the lasers. And they say something about the smell of burning flesh. You do smell that. That is true. It smells like someone's hair is on fire. That weird smell when someone's hair is on fire or something like that, right? When you're burning like plastic, that kind of weird smell. So I definitely could smell it. It wasn't really uncomfortable because I knew like there was no pain whatsoever while I was doing it. Stepped out of the room after the surgery, so pretty much like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes after I walked in. All you had to do is really just stay still because the laser is the only thing, and if you move a little bit, they have to stop and then you start again. So the steadier that you are, the quicker that you can go through it. Like I said, and once again, it was so quick, I don't even think it was 3 minutes. It was definitely not 5 minutes. So walked out of there, she told me what to expect, the level of pain. They prescribed me some painkillers. For me, it was Oxy, and I went back home. I felt great. I took my first pain medication as soon as I got home. I was able to rest. I had passed the first week sleeping a lot. Because of the pain meds, I wasn't really feeling a lot of pain. It was a little bit of a burning sensation, but every time that happened, well, basically just take another pain med. The worst part was putting drops in your eyes because they have to put a lot of drops, right? So you have, let me see, so you have your Vigamox. I don't know if it's on focus. You have your Vigamox, and you have these guys, prednisolone. This guy that I had to put in six times a day, 4 times a day, something like 6 times a day, 4 times a day, something like that. I had like a whole schedule of drops. And putting your drops in when your eyes sore, it hurts, it burns. It's not a pleasant feeling, but it doesn't stay for too long. Now, brace yourself, because after a week, there were so what happens after the PRK? I forgot to mention that they put a contact that's like a bandage over your eye, right? It's supposed to help the cornea heal while it's healing, to get everything is like, held in place there. After a week, they try to remove it. So after a week for me to try to remove it, unfortunately, even though I was healing really well, it was hurting. So we kept it for another week. So the second week, I can tell you, it wasn't as fun. The second week, I felt a lot of burning at the beginning, and then by like Monday or Tuesday, because I got my surgery on a Monday, so the following week was another Monday, and then Tuesday. So basically, like, within 2 days of the second week, I felt so much better. And I could already start like doing things that I was doing naturally. I didn't have to stay in a dark room anymore. I actually went out and took some walks with my dog and all of that, and my girl, and trying to enjoy and try to get back into it slowly and slowly. And I could feel like, even though there was a bandage over my eye, I could feel that I could see better. I could actually see better. It was a little bit blurry, but the acuity was better than it was before. So I was really anxious to take off the bandage and see how was I gonna fare. So I went in today, they take off the bandage, and oh my God, my sight, it's so much better. I don't have perfect vision at all. I think I'm like 60, like over 200 or something like that, whatever, over 150. But it's way better than I was. Way better than when I was on 20 over 200. That was bad. So that's way better. I was starting to like, close my eye, close one of my eyes and start to like see everything that I could read. And it just there's a weight that's removed because I can actually see better. And, the doctor told me within the next 3 to 6 months it should actually improve even more. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I just want to let people know, if you're afraid of getting the PRK surgery, do not be afraid of getting the cross-linking surgery. Do not be afraid of getting the corneal transplant. If that's what you need to be able to see better, to be able to have your vision back. I was at a point where I almost thought, I'm like, oh my God, I tried everything and nothing is working. And there's always a way. If it's not like, like for me in my case, it would have ended with the lenses, because I had the permeal contacts. Is it permeal or RPG? Whatever. I had the contacts, and I wore them for a day, and my vision was so good. And then the next day it started to burn. I could have it in my eyes for like, after 2 hours, it was starting to like really irritate. And I thought after that, I went into a depression. I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing that I can do. Glasses don't help me. Contacts don't help me. The cross-linking didn't it had slowed down the keratoconus, but the vision wasn't there where I wanted it. And thank God my doctor, Miss Robert, who's awesome. She's my doctor for life, and she told me all of my options. She's like, listen, we have a lot of options that we can do. There's a lot of things that you can do. She talked to me about even like, it sounded weird at first, but even getting the cross-linking a second time to be able to help. And she was like, you know what, we can do the PRK surgery, and we can see from there, and then we'll start working on the other eye. And listen, when I'm gonna get my right eye done, I feel like then my vision is gonna be it's gonna be like equal, there's gonna be balance, and I'm going to be able to see. And I already started to do the things that I used to do that I love so much. Making these videos is something it's a passion project for me. In the past 2 weeks, I wasn't able to provide anything for you guys the past 2 to 3 weeks because of this. And I'm finally back, but I'm back with good news. So I wanted to share that with you. I almost forgot, and so I'm going to insert that. Yes, so another thing that you need to know is you have a lot of drops that you need to take. So like I said, at first I was on this guy and this guy. I don't know if you can see them properly. And then we added this guy for the pressure. I don't know if you can see it properly. There you go, whatever. Refresh tears, just always have them. I've learned a thing, which my doctor told me, if you want to like relieve pain, you can actually put them in the fridge. And the cooling sensation will also act as a numbing agent. So that's that. It's like putting an ice pack basically over something that hurts. And now added to the list is this guy, Combigan, or whatever it is. Is there a way I can put it so you guys can actually see? Here you go. And we have this guy, and then we have these guys. I was gonna add to it, and yeah, I got 2 of them. Basically, they're the same thing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drops for one eye. You gotta take care of your shit. You gotta take care of your eyes. You gotta take care of yourself. Always. So, if you have any questions regarding the cross-linking surgery, if you have any questions regarding the corneal transplant, if you have any questions regarding the PRK, ask me. I'm your boy, Daniel, aka Dynamite. And I think we're gonna end it there. I'm Dynamite, out of sight, bye bye.